It has been, it feels like a week since we talked to each other. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can see everything. The volume's fine. The visual's fine. I have no idea what's going on here. I'm out of practice. I'm not leaving YouTube. Let's just right off the bat put that out there. I'm not leaving YouTube. Saying goodbye to the shithole of the last 4 years is what this is all about. Is the end of the Biden-Harris administration. Thank goodness. In 2025 starts tomorrow at midnight, 12:01, and we are in Trump era is what I'm going to call it, because I am so looking forward to the next 4 years. Even though currently we have our sitting administration, Biden and Harris, Kamala Harris, trying everything in their power to ensure that the beginning of 2025 is a bigger crap hole than all of 2024, 23, 22, 21, all of it, everything they're doing, trying to hand, excuse me, Donald Trump just shit on a platter is kind of what it feels like, right? Excuse me. I just finished a Pilates class. I've been out of everything for a week. We went on vacation. Before we jump into everything, a lot of you were asking where I've been. My husband and daughter and I took a Christmas vacation together. We decided to get out of where we live, go someplace different. We went to Nashville, one of my absolute favorite places in the world. We took her and we hung out. And for a few days, I said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing YouTube. I got on X and I posted, but I did not look at anything. I wanted to end 2024 with a positive mind and a positive heart and a positive outlook. And I realized that if I continuously was looking at everything that was being shown to us, whether it was on X, whether it's social media in general, mainstream media, even on YouTube, I was going to have a harder time going into 2025 with a positive attitude and a positive mind frame. And I also wanted to really focus on hanging out with my daughter, y'all. I haven't eaten today, so I have like that weird empty stomach syndrome happening, so I also need water. Okay, so while in Nashville, I didn't want to kick my daughter out of the hotel room so that I could go live. I didn't want to go live in front of a bunch of people. Y'all know me and my anxiety. It does not work like that. That's why I'm always in my car or my living room where there's no other people. I'm not doing this in front of a bunch of strangers. It feels weird to me, right? So I decided that I was going to focus on everything else. Now, my husband, he has his own channel. You guys may know Kevin 247. That's how I say it over here on YouTube and on X. And he kept making videos because he's a provider. No matter what, at the end of the day, he's going to do everything he can to provide for our family, which in turn gave me time to do nothing except for enjoy my family, which I love the shit out of him for that, right? So that's where I've been the last couple of days, was hanging out. Also, if you see this eye twitching, I don't know what's happened here, but last night it just started tweaking out. I don't know if it's too much caffeine, if it's stress, because although I've enjoyed the last couple of days and I'm looking forward to the next 4 years, I'm still stressed because we're not there yet. We still have to get, certified? I don't know if that's the right word, whatever, on January 6th by Kamala Harris, and Mike Johnson, I think, has something to do with it. The Speaker of the House, I think, has to do it also. But Kamala Harris is supposed to be the one to certify that Donald Trump has won this election. I can just picture the absolute clown show it's going to be on then. And then we still have to get through January 20th. He has to make it into the freaking White House before I feel like any of us can actually breathe. I feel like as a nation, whether you voted for Donald Trump or not, I feel like we are all weirdly, collectively holding our breaths, like just waiting to see what's going to happen. Because look, the drone issue was huge, and then suddenly drones went away. That wasn't a thing anymore. Then, now they're pushing the bird flu. Now it's also this weird fog that's everywhere. That's interesting to me because it's just so much right now. You still have Ukraine and Russia, and they're fighting, although it's not really being talked about as much. You still have lots of other things going on, right? So I just want to talk about a couple things that I find interesting, that I have noticed on X, that I do want to discuss. It might be political, it might be social, it might be emotional. I don't know. There's a bunch of crap here, and you're welcome to hang out for whatever this conversation is going to be. And if you don't like it, you're also welcome to leave. Nobody's holding a gun to your head to stay here. So I appreciate you for being here no matter what. I love you all immensely. And the first thing I want to show you is this, who I still don't think this is Biden. I don't think this is Biden. Either that or this picture is from 500 years ago, because now he looks like the Crypt Keeper. But the White House posted this on X, and it says, what does it say? We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. President Biden. That's his quote. By nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together, I feel like he means when the left tries to destroy this country before Donald Trump comes in. I feel like that's the thing that they're talking about there. I am grateful that he is on his way out. I am thankful that we have a change of power coming in. And I do say change of power. A lot of people don't like to think of it that way because, you know, the government's supposed to work for the people and all this other stuff, but it is still power. The President of the United States of America holds the power at the end of the day. Yes, you know, how the Senate, the House and Congress and blah, 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 they have majority say, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to the president has to sign off on everything as a yay or veto things, right? So I am thankful we have a new powerhouse coming in less than 3 weeks to hopefully make America great again. And that's the other thing I want to mention. Make America great again. It's so weird to me when you're on social media or even if you're just having a conversation with random people, they look at MAGA, Make America Great Again, as either white supremacist, racist, inbred, always white. And it's very weird to me. And I feel like that's an even bigger push from the left than anything else. The left has pushed this thought process that if you are MAGA, you are all of those things I mentioned, right? But here's the thing, wouldn't everybody want to make America great again? Even if you are on the left, you're a Democrat, a libtard, a whatever words we want to go with, wouldn't you still want to make America great again? There's nobody in this country right now that's going to sit here and say that this country is perfect the way it is. Not a single person. I don't care if you're left, center, or right, far left, none of it. Nobody can sit here and say this country feels perfect, because it doesn't. It doesn't feel perfect for a single person out there. You would think that everybody in this country would want to make America great again. Now, we're all going to have different ideas of what great is or what the word again means, right? Some people think make America great again really does mean take it back to segregation, where people owned other people and picking cotton and whatever else. Other people are going to say make America great again is back in, 2017, when people could work for less money but still have more money left over after paying all their bills. Or they're going to say make America great again back in the 50s, and not for the racial divide, but because the man worked and the woman stayed home and took care of the house and raised the kids, and we had less idiotic people running around at that point. At least that's what it feels like when you look back on history versus today, right? So make America great again. It's not a racist thing. It's not a white thing. It's not a Republican thing. In my personal opinion, it should be an American thing. Every single American citizen should want to make America great again in whatever way, shape, or form they feel that is. Now, like I said, we're all not going to agree on what that is, but we should all have the same goal in mind, which is to not be where we are right now. That's how I feel about it. And hopefully it makes sense the way I'm saying it. If not, it's okay. It's not a big deal. There's this X page called Insurrection Barbie, who I've mentioned before here, and she posted something earlier today, and I just want to read it because it's another reason why I stepped away for a week. Not just because of the holidays and family and stuff like that, but she says, for the first time ever, I am tired on this platform. I wasn't tired the whole election. I'm never tired when it comes to battling the left. Fully agree. But watching the infighting on our side is exhausting to me because I just hate it. Not that I expect everyone to agree. No, I expect everyone to disagree and vocalize it and discuss it. But what I hate seeing is the unhinged way in which these disagreements are occurring. It has been, I tried to get on X a couple of days ago just to see what was being posted, but there's so much fighting over Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and the post that either of them have made, this infighting over H1Bs, all this other stuff. And it feels like people are going to get butthurt over this. You ready for it? But it feels like the right, the conservatives, the Republicans, us, whatever, we are too easily triggered by the left and too easily made to turn on each other. Okay, If you are on social media outside of YouTube, you may see it more. YouTube, I don't know if that's really, if it really shows the same. It kind of depends on who you watch or what. But on X and even Facebook and Instagram, a lot of times it's going to show you a bunch of random things, especially things you don't agree with, because they like to push a divide. They like to push fighting. They like to push all of this negativity, right? No matter what, you know, Elon Musk posts, oh, start posting positive stuff and blah, 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 and then still pushes all the negative stuff that's being posted on X. It feels like right now you had Vivek Ramaswamy make some sort of comment, and I'm going to paraphrase the crap out of everything here, make some sort of comment along the lines of, we need more Americans to focus on the technology sector and becoming great at that, and less about looking cool, acting cool, chilling, watching cartoons in the mornings, you know, walking around the mall in the afternoons and whatever else. And he said along those lines of, that's why they're bringing in people from other countries who have that work mentality in that specific sector that we don't have here. Now, a lot of people took that in a negative way. And I think it made me think of the phrase, hit dogs holler. And that sounds as Southern as it is, but hit dogs holler. If it does not feel personal to you, you generally don't get defensive when you hear something, right? So when he said that we need more people here who are focused on technology and being smarter versus TV shows and being cooler, the people who took that the wrong way are the people who probably are raising kids who aren't going to really be very bright or helpful in society. And I'm not talking about, you know, people are like, well, what about people who build the houses and do all this and do all that? Y'all missed the point of his post. His post was technology. If you look at even India, you look at China, you look in Japan, you look in other countries, you can see that they might not have the best childhoods in our opinion, but our opinion is based off what media and marketing has told us our opinion should be on what a childhood should be. If you look back way before I was born, let's go with my Nana, my grandmother's age. She would be, man, she'd be 90s right now, but she passed away 10 years ago. She'd be 92. She passed away when she was 82, but when she was younger, I can guarantee you, 4 years old, she's doing chores. She's out, you know, picking up eggs, or she's helping to butcher something or wash something or cook something. Now, our 12-year-olds are being brought breakfast in bed and handed an iPad, and they're not having to do shit. That's what Vivek Ramaswamy is talking about. He wasn't talking about the kids who are driven, who have parents who drive them to do better, be better. He was talking about that because of media, because of marketing, we as a society have been dumbed down, have been taught to be lazy, is kind of what it comes down to. If you see kids who are doing homework or extra work outside of school and who have 5 different types of music lessons, or they're taking computer classes, or they're taking all this, a lot of times we look at them and go, oh man, that sucks. They have no childhood. Well, that's the person who's going to be the CEO of something one day, as opposed to the person who's going, Mom, I know I'm 30 years old, but I can't pay rent. Can I borrow some money? And you're going, oh my gosh, what did I do? How did I raise you if you can't even make your own rent and blah, 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 blah. That's kind of what he's talking about. And I don't really know how to phrase it outside of how I feel in my brain about it. But I did not take what he said in a negative way. I took what he said to be, pay attention to where this country is pushing the people. And we all know, because we'll walk around and go, that's one dumb looking kid. That kid can't even figure out how to tie a shoe. He's eating boogers and he's 8 years old. As opposed to, you look at other countries, and even if you see videos of, this is totally off topic, but you see videos of train stations in Japan versus train stations here. Well, in our subway stations in New York City, people are setting people on fire, peeing on people, vomiting in subways, running around naked, just completely crazy. You look in Japan, they're standing in an orderly line waiting for the doors to open, and single file in, single file out. Nobody's crapping on each other. Nobody's murdering each other. There's none of those things happening. And you have to think it's because of, from day one, how people are brought up. And there is a massive difference. Other countries don't allow social media the way we allow social media here. The TikTok that we have here that is brought to you by China is not allowed in China. That tells you something. We are more, and I'm using the whatever we, like the all-inclusive we. I don't consider myself this way. I used to be. I feel like I am moving more towards the do less to chill and be cool and whatever, and do more to learn and be productive, whatnot. But if you look at it, I lost my damn train of thought. If you look at it, we as a society have been taught by media, news, people in charge, everything else to be lazy because they would rather us be worker bees than thinkers who will do the opposite of what they want us to do. I feel like C-19, it kind of gave us a hint at what they expected of us as a nation, to just fall in line and do everything it is that they said. Stay inside, get that, the whatever, wear the mask, stay 6 feet apart. We were supposed to fall in line with it and do it because we're not supposed to be able to think for ourselves because we're too busy wondering what's going on with the Real Housewives of whatever city or whatever Kardashian, or what's going on with Big Brother. I don't even know if that's still a show or whatever else. We have been so, what's the word? I don't know what the right word here is, but we have been farmed. I feel like we're farmed. I don't know if that makes sense, but like farm-raised salmon, I feel like we are farm-raised Americans. Like they are putting us in this pen and showing us and showing us things that they want us to be like so that we're not like what we should be like. That doesn't make any sense. It does to me, but I don't know. What did Arheath say? The left is manipulating the right. Let's all make our New Year's resolution to not participate in divisive conversations. Now, I can't agree with that because you have to participate in every kind of conversation. How else will you learn? Same thing I said, if you only pay attention to the left, you're never going to understand the right. If you only pay attention to the right, you're never going to understand the left. You have to pay attention to both sides in order to get the whole. You can't have the full picture if you're refusing to look at everything, right? So that's the only thing I had to say about that. Now, let's move over here to this fun fog. Let's move away from Vivek for a second. The whole reason I mentioned Vivek anyway is because it has started so much infighting on the right. Holy jolly, between him and Elon Musk and the H-1Bs and the bringing people in and the whatever else, it has caused everybody to fight. And I'm going to be, look, this is where I lose people. And guess what? I don't give two shits. I'm going to always be honest with my opinions. H-1Bs, people are saying, you're taking jobs from Americans and da-da-da-da-da. Think about it this way. They may be taking jobs from Americans, but they're taking them at a lower pay, which is the problem. It is a massive problem. Ron DeSantis talked about it a couple years ago, I think. I don't remember when he did. Talked about H-1Bs, I think it's the name for them, coming in, the work visas, and taking a job that for $10 that an American would have gotten $20 for. So these companies are laying off American workers to bring in these other workers because they're paying half the cost, okay? It sucks. It is not fair. It's not cool. It's not okay. But you have to look at the other side of it. They don't bring in the H-1Bs. They only hire the Americans. They're paying them $20 instead of $10. Now, whatever you were paying has just doubled. It will continue to double for every, and this is the fucked up part of it. I fully understand. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm saying this is why it's happening, and you have to be able to understand the why before you can get mad at the why, right? So they bring these people in to keep their costs lower. That's what it comes down to. If they did not bring these people in, or these people didn't come here and they didn't pay them less, and they only hired American and they were paying twice as much, you're now, $20 for a Big Mac meal at McDonald's is going to cost you $30 or $40. It's the unfortunate truth of money and corporate greed and everything else, because they care about their profits more than they care about how much you're paying, and their profits will be hurt by only hiring American. It's a really shitty thing. I'm fully aware of it. Y'all know it too, but you have to understand why they're doing it. That way you can be righteously mad about it, right? As opposed to just jumping in line and being mad because somebody told you to be mad. You got to know why you're actually mad. Let's see. Somebody said this fog could be from the volcano that erupted in the Mariana Trench. So we're going to get to that fog thing in just a second. And I missed what our Heath said a second ago. It said I should clarify I'm in the infighting convos. Okay, yes, the infighting convos got to stop. We have to figure out how to have these conversations where instead of telling people that they're stupid or whatever, you see and understand their side, and hopefully they understand yours, and then you agree to disagree. There is nothing wrong with agreeing to disagree. I am not going to talk myself blue in the face trying to get you to change your mind to agree with me. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. If we all thought exactly the same, this place would be boring as hell. I like the conversations where we don't agree, but at the end I can go, okay, I understand where you're coming from. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but I understand it. And you do the same thing for me, and then we move on. It's how adulting works, but somehow people have forgotten how adulting works. Anyway, all right, I'm done with Vivek, all that other crap. Let's move over here. So, people have been talking about fog. The drones went away, then the fog came out. That's right? So this fog, everybody's talking about, I think Sarah mentioned, I think I saw it, that she said there's fog where she's in Ocala, Florida. There's been fog all over the place. They're talking about it in UK and whatever else. Now, this is from Shadow of Ezra on X. And again, I take most of these things with a grain of salt. I bring it to your attention and then we talk about it and I say, I agree with it. I don't, I have no clue or whatever, right? So this person says nearly a third of the U.S. population, spanning 27 states, is experiencing an unprecedented wave of dense fog, the thickest in nearly 2 decades. While mainstream media claims this extreme fog is perfectly normal for the season, social media is buzzing with reports of bizarre odors and unexplained illnesses linked to the phenomenon, with similar accounts emerging from the UK to the US. In this situation, who should we trust, our own eyes and senses, or the mainstream media that places its faith in Dr. Fauci and other stuff like that? Let me be the first one to say, I don't put my faith in either. Here's the thing. People have got to realize anybody can get on social media and lie out their ass. Anybody can make a video and go, oh my gosh, look at what happened to my pool after this fog came in. And all they really did was pour some foam in there and then try to convince you that it was from the fog. Or somebody says, oh, my filter was perfectly fine. And then I changed my filter and now look, it's black. Well, if you look it up, she bought that filter black. Like, there's so many videos going around trying to tell people about this fog. There's another one going around where this guy is walking out. He's got like a gas mask, or maybe it's headphones, I don't know what it is, around his neck, and he's in this dense fog. Clearly it's foggy. Not like trying to say it's not foggy, but he's like, yeah, it feels toxic, it feels like there's chemicals and blah 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 blah. Bro, if that was true, guess what you would not be doing? Walking your happy ass around in the fog, breathing it in to make a video. Hello. Self-preservation is a thing. Stupidity is also a thing. But all of this stuff is being pushed to scare the crap out of people. You have got to step back. You have got to breathe. I tell myself this at least twice a day. Breathe and really ask yourself, is this real? Or is this another way to scare the crap out of people? So that, here's the thing, you either stay indoors, you wear a mask because that air might be bad for you, or you go out and stockpile, hoard as much as you possibly can in case there is really something to this air thing or the bird flu thing. And now the grocery stores are empty. You're sitting at home with a mask on, afraid to talk to people. Gosh, why does this sound familiar? Where have I heard this before? Bro, you cannot let social media scare the crap out of you. It's absolutely stupid. There was a volcano that erupted. Massive volcano. When volcanoes erupt, all the stuff that comes out, it turns to ash. It flies around. Should you breathe it in? Probably not. But does it mean you're gonna die? Probably not. Does it mean that it's aliens dropping chemicals from the sky? No. Does it mean that it's Bill Gates standing around with a fog machine spewing crap at you? Maybe. Who knows? Bill Gates is trash. He's Satan reincarnated. It's possible. But at the end of the day, live your life, bro. Don't sit around looking for videos on social media to help you believe that this is the end times, end of days, because there's some weird fog out there, and repent now. I'm just saying, we got to be a little more, we got to be a little less gullible, little less believing of everything. You already know, If I bring you something and I'm wrong, hell, the last time we talked to each other, I was wrong. And let me explain why. I talked to you about the Guatemalan guy who set the lady on fire in the New York City subway on the F train, I think is what it said. And I gave you a name. And when I gave you the name of the female that they said was set on fire, even in my mind, and I'm pretty sure I told you then, I'm not sure if this is true. I can't confirm this is who this is, because even I was kind of iffy on it because it came out way too fast that this woman had a name, like immediately, right? And turns out that wasn't real. We said her name was Abigail, 29-year-old female. Not real. They are still trying to figure out who she was. And you know why they can't? Because everything on her was burnt off. They're having to go through, hopefully, dental records or something like that. They're pulling up old footage, trying to figure out who she is. Pretty sure she was probably a homeless female. It did not change the fact that a woman lost her life, that it's absolutely horrific, that it pissed me off beyond all belief, and that it emotionally drained me, and I took a step away for a little while. But I was wrong because I took information that I was like, I don't know about this, and I brought it to you guys. And that's on me for believing something without giving it a little bit more time to find out if it's true or not. This fog stuff, y'all. Fog happens, just like shit happens. Fog happens. It is not new. Is it a little more than normal? Maybe. I don't know. I don't live in the cities that are having it right now. Is it thick? Sure. I don't know what you consider thick when it comes to fog. If you live by the water, you're gonna have fog. That's a normal thing, right? Does it have ash in it? Possibly. Or if you're close enough to where all the volcano stuff is, or any fires or any of that stuff, it's possible. What I'm saying is, it is not the World Health Organization or the World Economic Forum. It's not the ones who want to control the world standing at the top of the globe just shitting on us with fog. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. So don't get scared. Don't let social media convince you. I don't think I saved this lady's video. Oh, my stomach just growled. That was aggressive. Okay there, ma'am. I'm hungry. So, I didn't save the video. It's on my husband's page somewhere. Did he put it on X? I don't know if he did. Anyway, there's a video of this lady, and I'm telling you, the second I saw it, I was like, oh, bless it. They are preying on people. I don't want to say gullible people. They're preying on people who want to have faith and trust in people. That's what it comes down to. They are preying on people who want to be able to trust other people. And that's the problem, because then you trust it, then it's shown to you it can't be trusted, and then it diminishes your trust in people all over again. It's this vicious cycle. So here's what I would like to say to you. When you go outside, because please do not hermit crab yourself. Just don't do it. It's not good for anybody. You need the sun. You need your feet on the grass. You need to go outside, right? So you go outside and you see that there's fog. I would like you to stand there for just a second. This is not health advice or financial advice. This is just my opinion. I'd like you to stand there for a second. And if your skin starts bubbling, go inside. If not, you know what I'm saying? Like, hello, it's fog. It might be ash. If it feels like it's hard for you to breathe, like actually hard for you to breathe, and not one of those, what's it called, Munchausen syndrome kind of things, then go inside, whatever. If you yourself want to put something on your face to stop from inhaling ash, I mean, that shit makes sense to me. I'm not a mask kind of girl, but if I have to go outside and I'm near a volcano and there's ash, I don't want to breathe that shit in. I'm going to cover my face with something for that one purpose only. And then as soon as I'm not in it, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it off. And then I'm done. And then we just keep on going. Keep on trucking. So they're talking about here, they're saying like in Belize and whatever the crap this is, that there's fog there. This is Florida. Fog in Florida. You see, according to this, the entire state is covered in fog. Well, I'm in Florida right now, and I can look out my windows. Y'all can see behind me, maybe some. There's no fog here. There's no fog. I'm fogless. So again, you cannot trust everything you see on social media. Doesn't matter who it is. Even the stuff I post, and I've said it before, grain of salt. Make sure you're making your own opinions. Make sure if you question something I talk about, go figure it out for yourself. It's super simple. You either agree with it and look it up and go, no, I still agree. Or you disagree, look it up and go, no, I still disagree, or I agree. You got to do some stuff for yourself. That's the other thing. AI, Grok on X. We are being taught that instead of doing our own research, instead of becoming smarter. Oh, it's fine, I'll just ask Google. Oh, it's fine, I'll just ask AI to do this for me, write my paper, give my report for me. There's so many commercials out right now for Apple Intelligence and all these other things where I don't know, the one commercial where the really stupid guy, he writes this email to his boss, and he writes it like I would probably write, like, yo, what's up, bruh? I'm not feeling this meeting today. Deuces, I'm out. Okay? And he goes, but make this sound more professional. So then AI goes, dear Mr. blah, 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 I am not particularly interested in partaking in today's discussion on blah, blah, blah. Therefore, I would like to take a leave of absence from this, right? It does it for you. Instead of you having to learn how to speak like an adult or compose an email or anything else, AI is going to do it. All it is another step in dumbing down the people. So again, it all kind of goes hand in hand. Technology is going to be the end of us. That is my personal opinion. We're going to become so reliant on technology that it is going to make it impossible for us to do anything for ourselves. And then it's going to take over and bye-bye humans. That's how I feel about it. My opinion. You do not have to agree. It's perfectly okay if you don't. Let's see. They're showing other places anyway with the fog. But you have got to learn to think for yourselves. That's what it comes down to. Now, because of the fog is the only reason I'm going to mention this stuff to you, because I am not in the game of trying to scare people. I don't want to do it. If I happen to be scared about something and I tell it to you and you also get scared, that's on you, and I guess that's on me, but I'm not trying to scare anybody. Wall Street Apes, it's another account on X. And they're talking about because of the fog and because of the bird flu and because of all this other stuff. And now when you go and you try to get eggs, good luck finding them. Costco just did a recall on all of their organic pasture-raised eggs. Said they were killing people. They haven't named anybody that it killed, and they haven't proven that they've killed anybody, but they've recalled every single organic pasture-raised egg out there. You know, the ones that are generally the safest for you, as opposed to the ones that are the big manufactured eggs that the chickens can't move, their legs are broken, they have sores on them. It's really fucking gross, whatever else. They're recalling all of these things. It is hard to find pasture-raised eggs right now because, of course, they are pushing this bird flu thing. I don't think that they're actually killing the birds. I just think that they're destroying them to raise the price of everything. Now, this person posted, surge pricing in American grocery stores has arrived. This is what happened during C-19, surge pricing. I went through, because before we moved into politics and all this other kind of stuff, I was in the very, very beginning of this channel. For those of you who are new, the very beginning of this channel was at the onset of C-19, when people were scared to go anywhere. I was considered an essential worker. My husband and I had our own company and we were out all the time. And I was like, I'll go to the grocery stores because I wasn't scared of it. I wasn't worried about it. Healthy, younger, whatever, right? So I would go to the stores. I would go to Costco, Sam's Club, Walmart, all these places, and I would show everybody what was going on so you could see, to either alleviate the fear or help you understand that it wasn't as bad as they were saying, or even in times when it was as bad as they were saying, right? So I would go through and show you the prices of stuff. And in that time frame, I noticed how many places were going from paper pricing on the little things underneath stuff to electric ones. And I said then, this was 2 years ago, I said, this is so they can raise the prices like that and hire less people. It's a twofold. If you have paper pricing, you need employees who can go out and change out the pricing for you. If it's wrong on the shelf and you get up to the front, you can take a picture of it and you can say, it said it here, you have to fix it. They were tired of losing money for employees not doing their jobs and whatever else, right? So then they got rid of it. Walmart started doing it. Sam's Club started doing it. Everybody started doing it. They put in these electric ones. And I said, this is so at the whim they can change their prices, because they were having issues with suppliers who during C-19, they're like, well, my shipping costs went up, therefore I can't sell this to you for what we talked about. I got to raise the price. Now the store has to raise the price in order to make up for what they spent to get the product in, right? Trust me, we had our own business. I know exactly how it worked, and it absolutely sucked, and it's what killed a lot of small businesses. And so they start doing these pricing things so they can just change the prices as they go, right? Now, people are going to have to worry about the fact that if they're going to push this bird flu and this whole fog thing, and people are going to get scared, and they're going to go out to buy these eggs. You go out, and yesterday they were $3, tomorrow they're $9. But you don't have proof that they were whatever, because you can't just lift up the old paper pricing to see the one below it. They used to do that. They used to leave them and just put new ones on top of it, and I would take pictures and I would show the date, how from 3 days apart things were going up $4, $5, $6, right? With this new way of electric, this is what this person's saying. I don't believe this in the aspect that they have written it, but I do believe that it is something that can be done. So let me just read this to you. It says here, Kroger has partnered with Microsoft to introduce AI-powered technologies for personalized pricing. This is where I'm like, I don't know about this. Kroger just rolled out surge pricing using facial recognition technology. Before I even get into it, basically what they're trying to say is if you walk in and look like you have money, or they recognize your face and they can see what you used to buy, they're going to charge you more. None of that makes sense. And let's say you and I are standing right next to each other in front of this set of eggs. They're looking at both of our faces. What price they're going to put on those eggs? They're not going to put it at $10 because they think I can afford it, or 20 because they think you can, or down to 2 because they think you can't and I can't. It's going to be whatever price it's going to be. It's not going to be a facial recognition thing. So this whole post here to me is absolutely stupid. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because people will read it and people will believe it. It says here, the facial recognition technology will determine the maximum price of goods customers are willing to pay. You don't need facial recognition for that. You get to the register, them bitches ring up at $9, you leave them there, you walk away. They ring up at 2, oh, I'm gonna go get some more. Hold on one second, I need a couple more. And you come back and you buy more. That's how they determine what people are willing to pay. Not because of your face, although my face will give away my thoughts every single time, so maybe that. It says Kroger has the ability to change the prices of their products depending on the facial image of the person buying them. Bro, that's bullshit. Like, I know technology has gone above and beyond, but at the same time, that is so microscopic. Do you understand how quick it would have to happen, and you have to hope no other eyes see it? And it doesn't make sense. This is designed to scare people and designed to keep people from going to Kroger. So this is probably all based off of a competitor, Walmart or Publix or anybody else, right? It says here, depending on the image of the person buying the product, they can access our information and dictate that price. Okay. They can also use our image to determine how often we buy certain products and increase the price of that product. I'm not 100% against that one. I like to pay cash as much as possible when I go to grocery stores, because they will keep a receipt or a track of what you are, especially if you have the app and you put in your phone number, you do all these different things, right? They know exactly what you buy, how much you paid for it, how often you buy it, things like that. Do I think that once you put in your phone number, let's take Publix, because that's where I go a lot of the times. I go to Publix, I put in my phone number because I get the electronic receipts a lot of the times and the printed ones. That way I can compare, right? Put in my phone number. Do I really think that as soon as I put my phone number in, those eggs that were $3 that I picked up are going to ring up for $5 now because they realize that I'll pay it because I had to pay it in 2022 when they raise the prices? No, I don't think that's how this is going to work at all. I distrust global entities. I distrust big corporations, but not to the point where I'm going to let it make me stupid. So let's continue on here. It says dynamic pricing in grocery stores could resemble the airline industry's ticket pricing strategies. Now that shit makes sense. That makes sense. They know that people are about to flood grocery stores because they're so worried about eggs. They are going to raise the prices of eggs. They are going to raise the prices of chicken. They're going to raise the prices of almost everything just a little bit because you're there and you're going to buy it, because now you're going to be scared that it's not going to be there. That makes sense. Just like the electric companies are doing. Oh, you're home at 5 o'clock at night and you go to bed at 10. Well, from 5 to 10, your electricity is going to cost you more. We're going to have, what's it called? Surge pricing or something pricing. I don't remember what it's called. But from the times that you're there, we're going to raise the prices. Oh, well, we know that everybody's going to come buy eggs. We need to make a little bit of money. Hike those egg prices up. I understand that. That is what's going to happen. You have to understand that's what's going to happen, and either don't buy eggs or suck it up, buttercup, and pay for the eggs. That is kind of what it comes down to. But this says this could lead to discriminatory practices using AI as a scapegoat to charge people of different races, different socioeconomic status, different family sizes, and different dietary restrictions, different prices for the same products they are buying. Bro, no. Not in one store, person to person. City to city, possibly. That is possible. You go to a less well-off location, are they going to lower the prices so more people can afford it, or are they going to raise the prices so less people can afford it and they make more money? It just kind of depends. I can understand that. But y'all, don't go out to the grocery store and think that they're looking at your face to determine how much to charge you for your eggs. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. Please understand. I have managed numerous retail locations in my life. I have owned my own construction company. I've worked for the government. Like, I know a lot of the things I am talking about. I do know, or else I would not go into such extensive conversations about it, right? So there's that. Anyway, there's more we could do, but I'm really friggin' hungry and my stomach is losing its absolute loving mind. So maybe we do more of this tomorrow because I want to go home and eat. I'm hungry. There's a lot more, but again, I don't want to. There's nothing good. I'm trying to find if there's one good thing here. No. Oh, Kroger shoppers. Effective January 1st, 2025, Michigan law states that retailers can only sell cage-free eggs. Meaning, you're going to see a lot of holes in grocery stores right now because cage-free is not how your major corporations raise their chickens who lay their eggs. So you're going to see the cost of cage-free going up. What's also interesting is they're going to tell you that bird flu is going to hit these cage-free chickens more easily than it was hitting the ones that were caged, which is, it's going to be, they're going to see what they can get you to believe at the end of the day. Indoor chickens, or, I mean, they're all still caged at the end of the day unless they're pasture raised. Just eat your damn eggs. Just eat your eggs. That's what it comes down to. If you're cooking your eggs and you're cooking your chicken, guess what you won't get? Bird flu. Yes, they're going to be expensive, but if you like them, find a way to spend the money, buy your damn eggs. Eggs are good for you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Eggs, butter, beef, all those things, they're good for you. So eat your eggs. That's all. All right. I love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your day. Look, my eye's doing this Twitch thing again. I'm going to go home and eat lunch and hang out. My mother's coming over for New Year's Eve. And then tomorrow we're leaving again. We're back for 24 hours. And tomorrow we're leaving again to go see my husband's family for late Christmas. So you'll get live streams from Georgia tomorrow and the day after and day after and day after. So that's that. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I've missed you guys immensely. It's fun talking to you again. We'll continue to do it, but it'll be in 2025. So as 2024 ends, just say goodbye to all that bullshittery from the last 4 years and go into 2025 with a positive mind frame. Positive that the next 4 years will be a step up from where it has been, and positive that you are going to be happy. You are going to do what you need to do for yourself. Screw everybody else. I'm fully 100% like this. Screw everybody else. You need to be happy with you. You need to be happy with how you live your life. You need to be happy with your situation, and that's what you need to focus on. F everybody else. It is about you and your family. Everybody else can kick rocks, okay? And I mean that with the most immense respect possible. Y'all know what I mean. So that's it. I love you, and I'll see you in 2025. Okay, bye. Adios.